Does exercise make you hungry? I eat carbohydrates and I do not know if I can stay away from them because they're giving me energy. That's the common questions that I hear when I talk to my clients. And I am going to answer, and I'm going to answer not only that questions, but I'm going to tell you about more benefits that you can have by eating more fat, healthy fat, more protein, and limiting your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are converted to sugar. So carbohydrates equal sugar. The difference is how quickly they go into your bloodstream. So most of Americans and most of the population in the industrial world today is suffering from too much carbohydrates, too much sugar. The reason for this is that your sugar stimulates insulin. When your insulin is high in your body, insulin becomes a fat storing hormone. There are some good functions, and without insulin we cannot survive, but there is so much abuse of pancreas that produces insulin that those effects are absolutely and literally killing us. So 99% of the people, of my clients that I talk to, can benefit from reducing the carbo load in their diet. And the question is, I crave carbs. The question is, carbs are energy. How am I going to survive without it? That's what gives me comfort. And my suggestion is over and over again is to try to live without them totally. Not at first, but strive for getting rid of carbs, but trying to reduce carbs, not totally, but having them coming from fruits and vegetables, and only after as a dessert and never as a snack. And I will explain why. When we eat carbohydrate and that becomes the only thing in our stomach, our insulin surges a lot more dramatic than if we had something in our stomach. So we desperately, throughout the day, we are trying to keep our blood sugar and insulin under control. Usually that is about 80 to 120 milligrams per milliliter, and that will give you a nice and slow, steady energy throughout the day. You can also check it yourself by buying a little device, CGM, which will allow you to see how your body reacts to insulin. And if you agree that insulin is the main culprit in you not feeling well, and you complain of being either too fat, weighing too much, having a low level of energy, then I would strongly suggest that you kind of look into getting one, because it's an eye-opener how certain foods can cause your insulin to spike. So what do I see as a good diet? I would never recommend getting rid of carbohydrates right away, all of them. It has to be a gradual process. So what I would recommend initially, if you eat typical American diet, I would try to limit my carbohydrates to 100 grams per day. And only if I'm successful at this 100 gram per day stage, then I would move on to the second stage, which would be I would want to eliminate your carbohydrates by additional 50 grams. Stay with 50 grams as a goal and get those carbohydrates only through vegetables and fruits. Now, what do we eat besides carbohydrates? Well, proteins and fats, of course, but how much? For a woman, 1 gram per pound of lean tissue seems to be sufficient and very satisfactory. So for 1 pound of lean tissue, 1 gram of protein. That would be mostly around 100 grams, maybe 90 grams of protein. Now, the rest of it is going to have to come from healthy fat. Now, this where the benefits are tremendous, because if you ingest healthy fat, butter, beef, ground beef, olive oil, your body is going to release a hormone who basically is going to say, hey, I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I don't have any cravings, and I can make decisions about food that I like to eat is what makes me healthier and better. So the craziness with going through the sugar cycle disappears almost completely. So first stage, let's reduce the carbohydrates to 100 grams per day. Second stage, it may take you a week, may take you 2 weeks. Second stage, reduce them to 50, increasing your protein and healthy fat all of that time so you fill that void. I would not put any caloric restriction at this point, because if you have to suffer And if you have to cut your calories and carbs, then you won't be able to maintain it for a long time. And we want consistency. Primarily, we are interested in you being consistent. So if the first stage is having 100 grams, second stage having a 50 grams of carbohydrates, we want to go with 100 grams of protein in the same time and increasing your fat gradually to fill that void. The third stage of this not feeling hungry and feeling great and getting healthier would be starting the day with a very rich breakfast. That would include eggs, scrambled eggs and butter. You can add bacon or steak if you like, and maybe an avocado if you crave something green. And that in itself is going to set you for a success. We continue with this pattern of eating more protein and more fat until we reach fourth stage. At this stage, we are actually going to try to skip breakfast and maybe have your breakfast as lunch. Intermittent fasting, it becomes very important at this stage because again, you're feeling happy, you reduced your cravings, so you can further make your body healthier by introducing intermittent fasting, and the window that you are going to be eating, you're going to start to limit. There are no limitations so far in stage 1, 2, or 3, but in the fourth stage, we can limit that window to maybe 8 or maybe better even 6 hours. So my eating window is 11 to 7. I only eat during those 8 hours. I start the day with a high protein, high fat meal. And I have dinner, which also is a high protein, high fat meal. I have an occasional yogurt with blueberries or raspberries as a dessert, and that would constitute a great diet. You can have snack if you want a beef jerky or if you want nuts and so forth. Also, when you have a richer in fat diet, your insulin spikes won't be as bad. So maybe even a cocktail or glass of wine with dinner would be okay, and that's not going to cause any spikes. So to answer the question, does exercise make you hungry? It's not going to make you hungry at all. It'll be just the opposite. Carbohydrates will make you hungry, and lack of them. So every 2 or 3 hours, you'll feel this craving for something that either crunches or something that's sweet. And protein and fat will fight that feeling, and you're going to get a win every time. In the next video, I'm going to talk about spot reducing and whether we can actually reduce fat in midsection, arms, or legs.